The universe is not moved by handwriting, nor by eloquence, nor by the arrangement of words on paper. It is moved by vibration. The invisible realm does not read letters, it reads frequencies. It listens to your tone, not your text. Every word you write, every note you leave, every affirmation you whisper is encoded with power according to your belief. The ink may fade, but the energy remains eternal. Say aloud, "My vibration is my message to the universe." When you pick up the pen, you are not merely writing, you are transmitting. Your consciousness sends out a signal that no man can see but all of heaven can feel. It is not the form that creates, it is the force. The universe does not decipher the sentence, it absorbs the spirit behind it. If your heart is trembling with fear, your note carries confusion. If your spirit stands tall in faith, your note thunders like decree. The universe moves not because you have written something down, but because you have become what you have written. You cannot fool the law. You cannot decorate your fear with pretty affirmations and expect divine results. The law of vibration is pure and exact. It mirrors your inner temperature. It multiplies as the signal you release. If you write, "I am wealthy," but your vibration hums lack, your ink becomes silent. But if you feel wealthy, if your soul sings abundance, then every molecule in the field rushes to obey. Declare, "I write from power, not panic. I decree from certainty, not confusion. My energy speaks louder than my words." The mystics knew this truth. Energy is language. Faith is syntax. Vibration is grammar. The cosmos responds to emotional tone, not vocabulary. When you say, "Money comes to me now," you must feel the arrival. You must breathe the reality. You must speak from the place of ownership, not longing. For the moment you align your energy with completion, creation bows. What you expect, you emit. What you emit, you summon. What you summon, you receive. This is the law. When you write your note, your sacred 20-second decree, write it as one who has already seen it done. Do not beg heaven to notice you, heaven is already listening. The energy within you is the handwriting of God. When your belief and your declaration unite, they become a key that unlocks substance. The universe reads not the words "I will have," but the frequency of "I already possess." You are the transmitter of divine will. Your vibration is a command post in the unseen. The desk upon which you write becomes an altar when your energy is pure. Every note, every decree, every statement charged with faith becomes an order stamped with divine authority. Say aloud, "My words are filled with life, my belief fuels them, my energy seals them. The universe reads me and answers me in kind." Stop trying to convince the world with sentences. Convince your own soul with certainty. The outer must mirror the inner. The seen must obey the unseen. This is the justice of divine law. The moment your energy matches your desire, it becomes your reality. Nothing can resist a consciousness that knows itself as source. The ink may dry, but the vibration continues to speak. Your note becomes a living thing, a pulse in the ether that calls forth its likeness. The universe hears the hum of your conviction and translates it into form. Wealth, opportunity, favor, and supply gather around that signal like iron filings to a magnet. They cannot help it. Faith is the only currency that circulates in the unseen world. It is the divine coin that purchases miracles, the eternal medium of exchange between the visible and the invisible. The universe does not trade in doubt, fear, or logic. It trades in faith. Faith is the vibration of certainty that bends matter to your command. It is the invisible gold that pays for every blessing, the substance that gives shape to dreams, the unseen signature that authorizes manifestation. Say aloud, "My faith is my wealth, my belief is my supply, my certainty is my abundance." When man loses faith, he becomes spiritually bankrupt though surrounded by riches. When man restores faith, the vaults of heaven open in response. Faith does not ask, "How?" Faith declares, "It is done." Faith does not beg, it commands. Faith does not hope, it knows. The moment you operate in faith, the unseen responds with precision. The law of supply has only one master key: unwavering belief. Every miracle recorded in the ages was purchased by faith. Every mountain moved, every door opened, every lack dissolved was paid for with invisible currency. You cannot counterfeit faith, for the universe reads vibration, not vocabulary. To say I believe means nothing if your energy hums with fear. The tone of your soul is your transaction. The moment your vibration becomes sure, your request becomes fulfilled. Faith is not wishing, it is possession in advance. When you say, I am provided for, you must feel the completeness as though it were already done. You must live from the reality you declare. For heaven does not respond to need, it responds to knowing. Speak this now, I am rich in faith, and therefore I am rich in form. My invisible account overflows with divine substance. My word releases it now. Every thought of certainty deposits spiritual currency into your account. Every doubt withdraws it. Every affirmation spoken in authority writes a check drawn on the treasury of heaven. The law is mathematical, it cannot fail. When you say, I expect miracles, you are not making a wish, you are signing a decree backed by infinite power. Faith is not blind, it sees beyond sight. It looks through the veil and calls what is unseen into appearance. It does not wait for evidence, it creates evidence. It holds the vibration until form must obey. Faith is the original wealth, the energy of the Creator itself. When you operate in faith, you are in divine partnership with the infinite. The entire cosmos bends to the consciousness that knows its one ends. With Source. Do not measure faith by emotion, measure it by certainty. Feelings rise and fall, but conviction is the eternal flame. Faith does not depend on circumstances, it creates them. It does not borrow strength from the world, it lends power to it. The moment you stand in faith, the universe rearranges itself to confirm your decree. Supply, opportunity, and increase become obedient servants to your vibration. There is no delay in divine mind. Only faith opens the floodgates. Doubt is the dam that blocks the river. The instant you believe, the current flows. The invisible world rushes to organize itself around your certainty. Declare, my faith has paid in full. Every idea I hold in truth is now complete. Nothing is withheld from me. Faith is the great equalizer. It belongs to the pauper as much as the prince, to the untrained as much as the wise. Divine law is perfect, impartial, and unbending. It does not choose, it reflects. It does not punish or reward, it mirrors. The law is a vast and living consciousness that holds before you the image of your own vibration. Whatever you radiate, you replicate. Whatever you embody, you attract. The law does not hear your words, it adds your frequency. It is the cosmic mirror in which the soul sees itself made manifest. Say aloud, as my vibration rises, my world ascends. As my faith expands, my reality obeys. There is no injustice in divine law, for it only gives you back what you have given forth. If your life shows lack, it is not punishment, it is reflection. If you live surrounded by peace, it is not coincidence, it is reflection. The law cannot be bribed by prayer spoken in fear or swayed by pleas born of desperation. It moves only by alignment. Your frequency is your prayer. Your inner tone is your decree. Heaven reads vibration like a sacred script, and the law obeys it line by line. You cannot escape what you radiate. You cannot hide what you believe. The law is not moved by tears but by truth. You can repeat words of prosperity, yet if your soul hums with worry, you will only see the echo of that fear. But the moment you lift your inner music, the instant you vibrate faith, the mirror clears and reflects abundance back to you. Declare, I am tuned to divine wealth. I am aligned with perfect supply. The law reflects my certainty. Divine law is the great equalizer. It does not favor saint or sinner, rich or poor, master or novice. It serves all with the same exact precision. The moment a human being stands in spiritual alignment, creation rushes to obey. The moment doubt intrudes, the mirror clouds and form returns to confusion. This is why your only true work is to tend your vibration. The outer is automatic. You do not chase manifestation, you correct resonance. You do not beg for favor, you become favor. Say this now, my inner frequency is law. My vibration commands creation, my energy shapes destiny. The law does not know time, it knows tone. It does not wait, it responds instantly to the state you occupy. To say I am prosperous while vibrating fear is to send a mixed signal that returns mixed results. But when you become the vibration of prosperity, when every cell sings wealth, when every breath hums confidence, the law must mirror it in form. This is why you must guard your words, your moods, your meditations. For every feeling is a seed, and every vibration is a blueprint. The law builds according to your signal without question or interpretation. It is pure obedience. It does not analyze whether your request serves you. It assumes your vibration knows what it desires. Therefore, rise. Lift your energy before you act. Sanctify your tone before you speak. Radiate before you write. For once released, vibration cannot be recalled, it must be fulfilled. You are not a seeker of supply. You are the source through which supply flows. You are not a beggar before the throne of abundance. You are the throne itself, clothed in human form. The power that multiplies, gold, opens doors, and moves mountains is not outside you. It issues from the core of your being. You are the commanding center of divine substance, the living conduit of prosperity, the mouth through which creation receives its instruction. Say aloud, I am the command, I am the decree, I am the law that moves supply into form. Every atom of provision awaits your vibration. Money is not distant, it hovers at your word. Opportunities are not scarce, they orbit your consciousness. The entire field of supply listens for your tone. It waits for certainty, not for struggle. The unseen responds to spiritual authority, not to need. Divine substance has no will of its own. It obeys direction. It moves by the decree of those who remember their divine identity. You are not here to wish for wealth, you are here to command it. When you say, I am provided for, the universe takes it as an order. When you declare, supply flows to me now, divine energy reconfigures the scene to match your unseen state. The moment you speak from mastery, heaven rearranges itself around your decree. You are not working for money, you are working with divine law. You are the magnetic pole that draws supply into manifestation. Say this now, I radiate power, not need. I vibrate wealth, not want. I command abundance, and it obeys. The error of humanity is to seek externally what can only be released internally. Men chase jobs, opportunities, approval, yet forget that everything external is but the echo of inner command. The wise soul turns within and issues the decree. The moment you assume the vibration of abundance, supply is compelled to take form. You are not part of the current, you are the generator. You do not follow flow, you create it. Divine law moves at the speed of your faith. The commanding center never doubts, never begs, never waits. It stands in knowing. It understands that words without conviction are empty, but belief spoken aloud becomes law. When you align your word with divine certainty, you awaken the creative machinery of heaven. The ethers reorganize, substance obeys, form appears. You are not testing God. You are expressing God. You are not asking the universe to provide. You are reminding it that you are its voice. Declare, I am the axis of divine abundance. Supply radiates from me. Money answers me. Opportunity recognizes me. My vibration governs my reality. Every moment you hold this awareness, your field expands. You begin to see money appear in effortless ways. Unexpected channels, divine ideas, timely favor. These are not miracles, they are mirrors. The outer world is simply reflecting your authority. When you forget who you are, lack appears to teach you remembrance. When you awaken, lack dissolves instantly, for the teacher is no longer needed. The commanding center never prays for provision. It declares divine order. It never hopes. It knows. It never competes. It magnetizes. Supply is not a hunt, it is a recognition. The instant you recognize yourself as source, circulation begins. Divine law cannot resist alignment. The moment you believe, the unseen wealth within you bursts into visibility. The current of provision rushes outward, like light breaking through shadow. All that belongs to you finds you without struggle, because it has always been you. Say aloud with authority, I am the command that calls forth plenty. I am the voice of divine completion. I am the wealth of God made visible. Every decree you issue shapes the ether. Every thought of faith becomes form. Every breath of certainty becomes coin. You are the commanding center of supply, eternal, limitless, unshakable. You are the law in motion. You are the pulse of creation clothed in human speech. Stand tall. Speak now. Let the invisible know who you are. For the moment you remember your divine dominion, heaven moves, earth responds, and substance takes shape at your word. When you take the pen in your hand, you are not pleading with life. You are commanding it. You are not appealing to heaven. You are activating heaven. The note you write is not a wish, it is a decree. It is not a petition, it is a proclamation. You are not asking the universe to remember you. You are reminding the universe of what it already knows, that you are the voice of divine authority in form. Every stroke of your pen carries vibration. Every word you write is a law spoken into matter. Say aloud, my words are not requests, they are decrees of divine fulfillment. When a soul writes from fear, the ink dries powerless. When a soul writes from faith, the entire cosmos bends to obey. The universe does not interpret your sentences, it responds to your certainty. The words you set down are signals, not symbols. They transmit your inner state into the substance of creation. That is why a single note, written in conviction, holds more power than 1,000 prayers spoken in doubt. The note you write is a spiritual command issued from your divine station. It tells invisible substance how to move, where to gather, and when to appear. You are not small before the law. You are its instrument. You are not a servant of supply, you are its governor. The law of manifestation listens to tone, not emotion, to authority, not anxiety. When you write, you must write as one who knows that the decree is already fulfilled. You must write as the master, not the seeker. You must write as the heir, not the orphan. Declare, I write from the throne of completion. My decree moves heaven. My word becomes wealth. The note you write carries spiritual voltage. The moment it is born from faith, unseen forces begin to organize themselves to bring it into form. Angels, opportunities, and divine currents move in silent obedience to the energy released through your decree. It is not the paper that holds the power, it is the vibration behind the pen. The desk becomes an altar when consciousness awakens. The act of writing becomes invocation, invocation becomes command, and command becomes creation. Do not write with hesitation. Do not write with apology. Write as one who reigns by divine right. Write as one whose word cannot return void. Every statement of faith becomes a structure in the unseen realm. Every line you write in confidence builds form upon form until the invisible becomes visible. You are not informing the universe. You are forming it. Speak this now, what I decree in writing, life obeys. My note carries divine authority. My words are law. Let your note be short, sharp, and absolute. Do not plead for what is already yours. Do not ask for what divine law has already assigned to your vibration. When you say, money flows to me now, you are not hoping. You are declaring the truth of your being. When you say, every bill is paid in divine order, you are not making a request. You are affirming the rhythm of divine provision already set in motion. The law moves where faith directs. Your note is a signature of sovereignty. It seals the covenant between your consciousness and creation. When you sign your name, you are not closing a wish. You are authorizing a command. Divine mind sees your vibration as law, your belief as decree, your certainty as instruction. There is no delay in spirit, only alignment. Once the decree is spoken, it cannot be revoked except by your own disbelief. Say aloud, my note is law, my decree stands, my word reshapes reality. For the pen in your hand is the scepter of dominion. You write not from the mind of man, but from the mind of God. The note you write moves mountains unseen, rearranges circumstances unknown, and opens doors no man can shut. Write, decree, release, and then rest. Do not chase the outcome, command it once and stand firm. The law is faithful, the universe is exact, Your decree will not return void. The note you write is not a request whispered into the dark, it is a royal command proclaimed into eternity. Cash is not chaos, it is consciousness in form. It listens, it responds, it obeys. Money is not an enemy to be conquered, nor a master to be feared. It is a servant of divine law, and divine law bows to spiritual authority. Cash moves by command, not by effort. It circulates where alignment reigns. It answers to certainty, not struggle. It hears the voice of faith and hastens to obey it. Say aloud, I hold dominion over all forms of supply. Cash recognizes my vibration. Money obeys my command. You were never meant to chase money. Money was designed to follow your faith. You were never meant to labor under anxiety. You were ordained to decree from sovereignty. Cash flows to the one who remembers that he is the channel, not the chaser. The spiritual authority within you is the true magnet, the divine center that governs flow. Every note in circulation, every coin, every account is a living symbol of SP, a ritual energy seeking the one who knows how to command it. The moment you speak with conviction, money hears its master's voice. The law does not respond to pleading, it responds to power. It does not answer emotion, it answers dominion. The weak in spirit may pray for supply, but the awakened declare it, for they know that supply is not a stranger, it is their own energy clothed in form. Declare, I am the law of abundance made visible. Cash recognizes me. Money is drawn to me by divine right. The vibration of command is not arrogance, it is divine obedience. When you speak as one with Source, you are not demanding, you are remembering. You are restoring the natural order of creation. Spirit rules matter, not the other way around. When you stand in your spiritual authority, every material form bows, bills dissolve, debts transmute, doors open, supply flows, for all substance responds to the voice of divine alignment. There is no lack in the infinite. Lack exists only where spiritual amnesia resides. The moment you remember your authority, circulation begins anew. Cash is energy waiting for instruction. It gathers around certainty, disperses before fear, and multiplies under attitude. The currency of the world is only the shadow of the currency of faith. Those who carry faith command all forms of wealth. Those who fear repel it. So rise now in remembrance of who you are, the heir, not the beggar, the decree, not the doubt, the word, not the wish. Say this now, cash is energy in motion, and I am its director. I command its flow, I speak its path. I am one with divine supply. When you decree from truth, you need not repeat it in anxiety. Your word is law, and the law performs without delay. You do not chase manifestation, you assume dominion. You stand, you speak, you rest. The invisible world moves in exact obedience to the vibration of mastery. Every dollar carries a divine intelligence that recognizes its source. It knows where it belongs. It gravitates to those whose consciousness matches its higher purpose. Cash obeys spiritual authority because spiritual authority governs vibration, and vibration governs form. The master of energy is the master of wealth. This is why fear repels prosperity. It distorts frequency. But the one who stands in unwavering faith becomes a signal of divine order. To such a one, money flows easily, joyfully, endlessly. He true rich are not those who possess, they are those who command. For possession fades, but authority endures. The consciousness of dominion cannot be overdrawn, cannot be taxed, cannot be diminished. It is eternal credit drawn from the treasury of the infinite. Speak aloud, I am the law of circulation in motion. I am the master vibration of wealth. Cash obeys me because I obey divine law. And as you say it, feel the invisible currents shifting. Feel substance stirring, accounts opening, opportunities aligning. For the law is exact, it mirrors your faith, it multiplies your certainty, it honors your decree. You are not under money's rule, money is under yours. You are not seeking permission to prosper, you are enforcing divine right. You are the living authority of spirit over form, and every atom of cash hears your voice and moves accordingly. Decree it now, I command in the name of divine law, abundance now, circulation now, increase now, for cash obeys spiritual authority, and you are that authority.